second, it almost felt like you could fall there, and you normally can't do that in this game.
Who wanders into my camp? What is this? You are far too small to be a colossi. So it's true then. The beckoned has come.
You live in this Jotun camp?
This is my home, but not for much longer. I moved out here to reconnect with my roots, you see. My heritage as a giant race. However, my time on my own has come to an end. I am ready to take the next step and go and live amongst the Jotun of the Teeth of Naros. There are only loose ends that need to be taken care of, but I have sworn off Idylla for all days I have left.
Okay, you want to live with the Jotun?
Karunk was my chief concern with me trying to move in with the Jotun. Now that he is dead, it seems to be the perfect time to do this. The logical step is that I must live among the Jotun. Yes, I do. I have lived on my own in this abandoned Jotun camp long enough.
Why? I can travel to Idylla for you.
Would you? I will reward you for your help. I will not be needing the coin where I am going. I want for my family ring, currently in the hands of my brother Heliodorus, and to see my journal delivered to my old comrade Darius. But perhaps most of all, I want you to find my wife, Corina. I would like you to bring her here to me.
Can you tell me more about yourself before I do these things?
I once tried to forge peace between the Jotun and the Colossi, but as I did, I became enamored of the simplicity they enjoy. I have taken to living in this old camp to try and enjoy it as I can.
Okay. So what do you think of the Jotun?
The Jotun have wronged the Colossi in the past, but the Colossi have a shared history with them. It was right to grant them mercy.
You're welcome. Why aren't you going back to the floating city?
The heads of the city's inhabitants are as high in the clouds as the city itself, with their talk of religion and righteous gods. I much prefer to stay closer to the ground and stick to my roots.
You're a rock. You don't have roots. What about this valley?
Most find it completely inhospitable, but I find that it is not so difficult if you try a different sort of living. Yes, the plants are unpalatable and the beasts cunning, but you can't expect nature to offer you wine and sweets if all you do is ask.
You got a point. I mean, you guys are made of stone. Why do you care?
They act like they are above everything, but they are mud and dust, like everything else in this world. They just aren't decent enough to admit it.
I mean... Okay, what do you want me to do again?
You must retrieve my family ring, deliver my journal, and speak with my wife.
How do I get the ring?
The ring is currently in the possession of my rather odious brother Heliodorus in Idylla. I doubt he will surrender it kindly. He hides it in the living quarters of Idylla. You can try liberating the ring yourself, or finding a way of dealing with my brother.
What about your wife?
Convince Corina to come down from the city and see me. If you could bring her here, then I can talk her into living with me and the Jotun.
I don't know if that's a great idea. I mean, you're going to get murdered. Why would you want to get your wife murdered? Where do I need to take this journal?
My journal needs to be delivered to my friend, Darius. He is most likely camped out somewhere in the Teeth of Naros.
He was actually in the camp around the corner. Okay, thanks.
Quick, beckoned. I must get to the Jotun soon. Goodbye.
Okay. I gotta get this curse off me, so let's go to this camp. Let's jump up to Ideally, get this curse off me, deal with his ring and his wife, and then come back to this spot, and then I continue on my last little leg here around the circle.
Hello there, Beckoned. Been traveling in the teeth of Naros?
Yeah, I have this journal for you.
This is Histus's research. So that must mean he is preparing to go live with the Jotun. I cannot say I completely agree with Histus's methods, but I can respect his intent with his research. Thank you, Beckoned. Wish him the best for me.
Who are you?
I am a diplomat, so to speak. Though they lack our grace, some of the brutes of this place have in them a shred of reason. The marauders were once thinking, feeling colossi, and the Jotun were kin as well. I must try to appeal to their wisdom.
So your boy wants me to kill his wife. Any thoughts?
Istus is a dear friend of mine, formerly a peer, but as we tried to build ties with the Jotun, well, things turned.
Okay, so what do you think of them?
The Jotun have old ties to the Colossi, very old ones. We marshaled their strength for the glory of Athene before we came here. We felt ourselves their custodians, but they viewed us as masters, and their resentment only grew from there.
So you're saying you treated them as slaves. What makes you better?
We have earned much for our closeness with the gods, but we have a duty to share that connection with all of Amalur.
I think Emily cares. Aren't you in the city?
With this city still being incomplete, I have found myself more interested in research than the gods. We have been given the light of Athene, but we should share that with as many as we can.
What do you think about this little hidden oasis?
The teeth of Naros is a very dangerous place. Even those that know the dangers well can still find themselves at its mercy, or lack thereof.
I mean, okay.
Hello there.
I get your opinion. Let's go to Idilla. First things first, before I talk to his wife or do anything else, I need this curse gone.
The gods are good to us.
Because it will affect my persuasion ability.
Athene, guide your efforts.
Are you in need of medical assistance?
A little bit.
I know the healing arts.
Be careful if you choose to debate. Another day in this forsaken land.
Take it, that's the wife. Yep, okay, so that's the wife. So we'll talk to the brother first.
This must be the Beckoned.
After we repair and get rid of some stuff.
Everything you need. Welcome to the idyll.
definitely interested in the shocking chakras of curiosity. They're expensive, but kind of worth it. I make the money back pretty easily.
The market beckoned. Can I interest you in a fare you well?
Yeah, I gotta get rid of those for now. They're not helping me. I always need fire. I mean, that's a lot of slots, but I don't think I'm going to use it anytime soon for the little bit of bonus. Those I might keep just put away. Same thing with these. They're so minor of a difference. I kind of want to put that up. I really want to put that up too. Okay. There's still stuff I need to sell. I can always just break those down. Might be the smarter move.
Well beckoned. Welcome to the Idylla Market beckoned. Can I interest you in a freshly mind the city's edges? I can help repair your equipment. Are you looking to have
I can't repair. I can barely repair my blades.
your equipment repaired? Farewell.
I think I have at least a few repair kits. Majorly damaged? That's majorly damaged.
What can I do for you, beckoned?
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Nothing all that damage though. Alright, just go ahead and take care of it.
Farewell.
Alright, so let's go talk to his brother about the ring, and then we'll talk to his wife. I have a bad feeling if we can convince her to go down there, it's not going down well. So I'm gonna want to like convince her to go down there and then immediately go down there as well, in case of an issue.
Keep the peace.
Try talking to this guy.
Do you bring news from below?
Yeah, who are you?
With my brother indisposing himself, it falls to me to keep watch over my family's estate, little though it is.
You live in the common area. What estate do you have? What do you know about your brother?
Histis has the nerve to call himself a brother, living in the wilds, acting like a savage. Might as well be a marauder.
I kind of get your point. What do you know about the Hyperion strategy?
Do not trouble me with such talk. I know the sins of my people well enough. We all do.
To damper your feeling of the city?
Look at this place. Why would anyone choose the wilds below over this?
You mentioned your estate, but you're in the living quarters.
My family has done much for this city, so we are given our own private station in these quarters. They serve well enough, but I cannot say they compare to the home we had before we came to these blasted lands.
Why do you compare your brother to a marauder?
They are the lowest. Colossi without faith, mindless, violent, and forever despairing.
I mean, that makes sense. Your brother sent me, by the way.
My brother? I would hardly consider Histus family anymore. He left that behind when he turned his back on civilization, like one of those marauders. What business has he sent you on, Beckoned?
Ooh. You want your family ring?
Is that so? Well, you can tell him that if he wants the family ring so badly, then he can come up here and claim it himself.
I'll buy it.
Well, the ring is an heirloom, so to speak, but there is little wisdom in hanging on to such things, should their time be reached. It is in my chest over there. Here is the key. Yes.
Thanks.
Farewell.
That was a lot cheaper than I expected. You didn't want much. Wind cleaver? Sounds cool. Kind of interested to see what that looks like. That's a cool sword. Now, if only they had some Fade Blades that look like that, because that's pretty sweet. Like, if they made Fade Blades that look like that, that would be cool.
I expected the beacon would arrive sooner or later.
Yeah, I've kind of looked all over and haven't found a single artifact.
I pray you are finding the work. They are strewn throughout the teeth of... Be careful with them.
I've looked
Yes, beacon.
a good decent amount. I haven't gone into the caves or anything, so maybe they're in there. Could be. I don't know. What do you guys think? Caves? Maybe. Let's go talk to this dude's wife. Oh, I can get rid of some more of these talons, though. Get a little money back for that.
Have you more? You have come again. Is there any? Very well. I shall endeavor.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk to him real fast.
Be careful here.
How goes the search for my Galatea? Any news of her yet?
I found a house-built statue.
Yes. And how was it? Was it unharmed?
I mean, what was that statue?
There are many statues throughout the teeth of Naros beckoned. What is special about this one?
It bore your signature.
Then you found her. It is my Galatea, or what I have left of her. In truth, my wife died beckoned, at the hands of a troll years before.
That makes more sense.
I carved that statue to honor her memory, and every passing year I would work further on it, bringing it as close to her likeness as I could. But that ritual was robbed from me. I must have closure. Please, Beckoned, find her killer, the troll called Kern. Bring him to justice.
That I can do, and it's much less creepy. Tell me more about your dead wife.
My wife was killed by a troll down in the Warren. All I have left to remember her by is a statue I began carving for her down below. But as I am forbidden to leave the city, the only comfort I have is knowing the statue is still intact.
Okay. Where can I find Kern?
Go back to the Warren and search for him there. That is where he ambushed my wife and me years before. On your way now.
Now I'm gonna go find this dude's wife.
Many greetings, stranger.
Before I make the same mistake and talk to her.
You must be the beckoned. What brings the beckoned to me on this day?
Tell me more about yourself, Karina.
Mine is the duty to safeguard the Colossi from any threat. So Secondra has charged all the guard.
Okay, so you're just a guard. Cool. What do you think of the Primos around here?
The Primos is the leader of our people in prayer and in other matters of life. They are appointed by Athene herself.
Cool, cool, cool. What do you think of your guard boss?
I understand that you and she have met.
Mm-hmm.
She is powerful, is she not? Truly a paragon of might and virtue.
I mean, I guess. The first one I've talked about Colossi law.
Lawbreakers in Idylla do not enjoy the luxury of internment. All lawbreakers are immediately subjected to combat. It may seem severe, but we are a wise people. None have had need to test this punishment. Least of all you, I am sure. Fair. What brings the beckoned to me on this day?
Histus sent me to talk to
You
you.
have seen Histus? I have not heard from him in so long. I was worried something had happened to him. What business has he sent you on?
You must go to Histus.
That fool! He is as oblivious and idealistic as the day I took him for my husband. Very well, I will see him after straightening out some affairs. If
Sounds
you
cool to me.
require supplies, the concourse market provides
Okay, so I gotta do this because it's been bugging me for a while. So sorry, guys, you're gonna have to bear witness. Ah, good times, good times. Felt your death from the Idylla concourse. Yep. Had to. It's a pretty rare trophy too, so I'll take it. I had to. I did. I'm sorry. I'll tell you. I had to. Because I was pretty sure that there was a trophy for that in the last game, and I had to make sure and verify that yes, there is a trophy for that in this game, and it's called I Regret Nothing. Let's see what this psycho's gonna say now.
So you have completed the tasks, but I do not see Karina. Then her choice is made. Well, there is no more putting this off. I must take my leave. Well, the Jotun go with bare feet, so I will as well. Take my sandals, beckoned. They may be of some use to you.
This isn't very smart.
You should not concern yourself with my affairs. I have studied the Jotun long enough. I know the risks, and I can avoid every single one of them. Now, take your due, and I will claim mine.
Okay.
There's not really enough space in this camp for two.
I mean, okay. I still think it's dumb, personally. But okay. I know I have no active quest. Go away. A letter from Diodorus to the trolls. Brothers and sisters, I write to you in the name of Ethane. Blessed be your name and the names of her followers, O great trolls of the mountains. You who shake the ground beneath your feet, who fear nothing save the wrath of Naros, who crush rock and crumble stone, I offer wisdom. What is wisdom? It is the gift of Ethane, the goddess of the morning sun, who enlightens the world from the highest of the thrones. She is the wisest counsel to Naros, who heeds her call, yes, even Naros. Even the densest of rocks yields to the chisel, and so should you, too, trolls of the mountains, yield to the mind of the great goddess. I mean, that's kind of cool.
By the magnificent graces of Athene, a city was built upon gloried heights. So stood Idylla in bountiful tribute, a colossi bastion, the virtue of the Uranos. We build this for you, Athene. We build this for you, our blessed goddess.
How many of those do I still need to find? One more. I'm only missing one more stone.